The latest single is an upbeat contemporary track which combines pop and country elements to ensure a fresh and exciting sound and of course to perfectly complement the singer's unique sweet voice. That's Afrikaans singer Mariska's latest single titled Vooraf Begin, which is taken from her debut album Dankie. When she's not performing, she's busy with a bachelor's degree in psychology and writing music for her next album, and she joins me now to tell us more about her latest project. Very good morning to you, Mariska. Morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Well, take us back to a young Mariska who grew up on a farm just outside Hoedspruit.
Yes, it was about in 1996 where we moved to a farm outside of Hoedspruit, and yeah, I mostly lived my whole life on the farm, and yes, from there I got used to animal and wildlife, and I was not used to this at the
So how did music come into the picture then?
Well, I started to do music lessons, and it was at the age of 5 when it started, and my mother took me for music lessons, and I took violin and keyboard lessons.
Okay.
So yeah, I was just in love with music since then.
So did you at that point think that this is what you want to do, that you want to record, that you'll be recording a full album at some point? Or you were just doing it for leisure?
Well, I decided to do an album after my matric year. I just decided to do a challenge for myself. And I did have a low self-esteem when I was in school,
Really?
but I always loved music since then, and I always believed if I try something new, it could build my self-esteem. And just music just does that.
Music does that, I totally agree.
It's like
And
therapy.
at age 17, you released your own demo album, Upbeat. Excuse my Afrikaans. Speak to us about this period of your career and what kind of lessons came with it.
Well, I was very young when I started that product, and the albums consists of 36 songs, both Afrikaans and English music, and I gathered a few songwriters that wrote songs for me on that album.
Okay.
And it was a very big lesson to get to know a lot of artists, songwriters who I can trust in the music industry. There's a lot of things and hard work that goes into that album, and through that I grew a lot,
Yeah.
vocally, mentally, physically, and personal as well.
Yeah, and it does require you to put in a whole lot of hard work. So what kind of challenges have you encountered along the way, and what are some of the biggest lessons and maybe highlights of your journey?
Well, I would say I would never take any negative comments,
Good one. Good one.
personally.
Yeah.
I would always take positive comments and work on my faults.
Okay, and
Yeah.
your highlights?
My highlights would be my first official single, Soetse Suiker, that was released in 2012. And I did a lot of scenes like underwater scenes, and that was also challenging for me.
Okay.
And it got me a place on DKNT's program. And I also did a marketing tour in Cape Town. I was in a lot of programs for that single, but that was my first official song.
Right, and your debut album, Dankie, how was it received in the industry?
Very well. I must say I got a lot of positive feedback from that album, especially Dankie and Seker.
Okay, so what issues or themes do you tackle with this body of work, especially in this single?
I would sum it up as love. The theme of the album, the whole album, is gathered around love as the theme of the
Okay.
album. Yes.
So where do you normally perform? If your fans are watching you right now, where can they see you perform?
I normally perform at any corporate events. It could be weddings, it could be any function events, and they could also book me for those events.
Okay, and then your album, where can you get hold of a copy?
You can get my album on any online stores, iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play, and they can also buy the CDs from my music manager.
Mariska, I understand you work alongside Vaughan Gardner, Johan Obelholzer, and Rudy Klaas. How was it working with them, and what inspired that kind of work relationship?
I must say I got so excited just to work with Vaughan Gardner, especially when he's a perfectionist in his own music as well, and I am like that, and I enjoyed working with him. And I learned a lot through the journey. He also taught me vocally how to improve more in my sounds, and yes, it was just lovely to like hear all their feedback around the song choices, because I had to choose the songs, the correct songs that would be specific market ready for the industry.
Okay.
Yes.
And you're studying psychology. How's that going?
Very well. I got actually distinctions
Get out of here.
for my exam, so I'm
well
very
done.
excited.
Well done.
But it's going very well. Thank you.
All right, Mariska, thank you so much. We appreciate
Thank you
the
so
time.
much.
All the best. Well, that was Mariska. Well, she's just released her single titled Vooraf Begin, which is taken from her debut album, Dankie. Now, the album deals, of course, with so many issues and the different aspects of love, and has, a contemporary pop sound. This is Morning Live with